Welcome, Community Christian Church for the Children's Ministry. We are interviewing our staff and elders, and this week we have Hope. So, Hope, what is your first name?
My name is Hope Lillvik.
And when is your birthday?
April 9th, 1980. I just turned 40.
She really loves her birthday a lot. She likes to consider it to be her birthday month. So everybody should know that. Celebrate her all the month of April.
That's right.
What is your husband?
My favorite color.
Oh, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue, green, and purple.
And what is your husband's name, and do you have any children? If so, what are their names?
Yes, I have a husband, Victor, and I have 3 kids. I have Abigail, Alice, and Matthew.
And as a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
When I was little, like in 2nd grade, I remember I always wanted to be a wife and a mom. And as I got older, I wanted to go into nursing. But I didn't like to I found out going through some nursing school, I didn't like to give shots. So I started to go more on the medical assisting side where I was doing paperwork and stuff. And now, is that the next question? Oh.
Yeah. I'm surprised I did not know about you in nursing because you always like to rip my Band-Aids off as a kid.
I don't like to give the shots because I once tried to give it to a kid and I kind of had to poke a couple times and I just felt it broke my heart to have to do that.
Oh.
So
you just like causing pain in your own kids. You can
right. I like to rip off Band-Aids. Not to random kids, to my own children, yes.
You're not leaving that in.
What?
That you like to rip off Band-Aids.
Well, I like to rip off Band-Aids or pull out a good splinter.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What is your job now here at the church?
I am children's ministry leader, director.
You said it's so boring.
I am. I'm excited. I just started in November. And
no, your voice sounded so boring.
Oh, sorry. And I've been doing it since November, and it's been fun, except the last few months have been a little hard because we don't have kids, so we're doing a lot of things online and having to do things. But I also help out a lot in the church, serving in different ministries, women's ministry and hospitality, which I love.
What is your favorite food?
I love Mexican food.
And what is your favorite dessert?
Dessert would probably be cake.
What kind of cake?
Doesn't matter, like white or chocolate cake. Not super picky.
What is a food item you dislike?
Do not like Brussels sprouts. And I've tried cooking them multiple ways, different ways, do not like them.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
When I was little, I always wanted to be invisible so that I could go into the school office and look in the kids' records and look in the grade book.
That sounds so bad.
It does sound bad. But now as an adult, I would like to be able to multitask. I always have a list of things I've got to do. And so my thing would be to just be able to have enough time in the day to complete the list. Or either to have multiple hands coming out of my body so that I could do multiple things.
What is your favorite book, not including the Bible?
I love to read. So I have a lot of books I like, but if I were my all-time favorite, it would actually be a kid's book, and it would be Mrs. Rumpkus. It's the lady that would throw out flower seeds as she walked along. I don't know, ever since I was little, that's always been my favorite book. So it's a kid's book. But I do love to read, so I have a list of books I probably could.
What do you like to do for fun?
I love reading. I love hanging out with friends, going on coffee dates, and with my kids, and yeah.
Going on coffee dates with
I meet with
You said going on coffee dates with your kids.
No, going on coffee dates with friends.
Okay.
like when we meet up and we, can chat for hours. And,
What is your favorite music artist or band?
currently, I listen to mostly Christian music, like Air One, but I do love. I grew up on country music, so I like the 90s country music. Like if you turn Alexa on 90s country music, I probably could know all their songs. So.
And what is your favorite Bible story?
Mine would have to be Jesus' birth. I've always loved nativity scenes. As a kid, I always had lots of nativity scenes at Christmas time I would pull out, and I still do. And I think that would be my favorite.
And what is your favorite Bible verse?
I don't have a favorite Bible verse. I have a couple favorite books of the Bible that I always kind of go to, like Ephesians and Philippians. Those are like my go-to books of the Bible when I just need kind of encouragement and I need it quickly. I have a lot of highlighted things in those books of the Bible, so those are my books of the Bible I like.
And so we have some questions from our children's ministry. Aaliyah asks, what is your favorite bird?
My favorite bird would be, I don't know, I don't really like birds. I mean, I do. I don't like chickens, and we had chickens as a kid growing up, and I did not like chickens. I don't know. I don't have maybe hummingbird, maybe. We have a bird feeder in our house, outside, and I love to watch it come to the birds come to the window, and like the blue jay that came the other day, and it was like screeching really loud because there was no food, so I had to go out and add bird food, and then it went on its way. So.
And Aaliyah also asks, how do you talk with God?
Well, I talk to God through prayer, but I do a lot of I love when I'm in the car by myself, because I feel like I do a lot of praying in the car when I'm driving. And I love to sing worship songs. I'm not the greatest singer, but when I'm alone, I will sing, and that's another way that I talk to God.
And we have some questions from Matthew, and Matthew asks, what is your favorite sport?
My favorite sport?
Or do you have a favorite sport?
Let me see. I don't. Huh? What was you gonna say?
Let me see.
Let me see what could be a favorite sport of mine. I don't know.
Not a big sports
tennis.
Watcher. You read while
ping pong.
You read while Dad's doing sports.
I do. When my husband is watching a movie, or not much, when he's watching football, I normally take that time to read books. So sometimes I like when football season comes around, because I know that I can get a lot of book reading in. But I don't really probably have a favorite sport.
Sports team.
My favorite sports team?
Yeah.
Well, as a kid, for some reason, I always liked the Broncos, but I don't really know why. I think I just maybe the coach seemed nice.
That's weird. Oh my gosh.
But I do have I'm not a huge
sports.
But as a kid, my dad always liked Clemson, and so maybe Clemson.
Did you have a favorite toy as a kid?
Yeah, well, a stuffed animal. It was a bear. That was my favorite stuffed animal, and I like toys like Barbies or dolls.
And what is your favorite animal?
Well, I like wild animal or domestic animal.
Either. Favorite animal in general.
Well, right now I have a tortoise. So I like my tortoise because he hibernates. So 6 months out of the year, I don't have to deal with a pet. So that's kind of nice. And she does like me, the tortoise. She knows my voice, so she'll come.
Yeah, because she talks.
Over, she'll walk over to us. So she's a pretty smart little tortoise.
At what age did you accept Jesus as your personal Savior, and can you share a little bit about your testimony?
I was 8, and I remember it was nighttime, and I was on my bed looking out at the window, and I remember when I prayed the prayer to accept Christ. And then, I rededicated my life a lot, like summer camps, and then as an adult, I always remember when my dad one time said, I didn't have a date or time or like that time to remember when that date was. So I remember one of the times when he rededicated his life, and in his Bible, he actually wrote down the date and the time of when he rededicated his life. And so I did that one time when I was an adult, and which I don't have the date on the top of my head, but it is up in my Bible, and I brought it. But I think it was I know it was 10:30 at night one night, and I think it was in 2008. But I feel like, you, as your walk, you kind of go back and forth, and, you grow so at a young age, yes, I was baptized and accepted Christ, but I think just through all that time, you grow and you get stronger and stronger. And I know the last 15 years or 20 years I've grown a whole lot more.
Thank you, Hope, for interviewing with me. You guys can check. I feel like I should call you Mom. That feels very informal.
I know you never even said anything.
I know, but I'm gonna end with just calling you Mom because that's
okay.
Because it feels weird to call you Hope. I don't ever call you Hope. Anyway, you can check out our YouTube page for the other interviews. Okay. Thank you, Mom, for interviewing with me. You guys can check out the rest of our interview videos on our YouTube page. And have a blessed day. Bye.